conversations like this. Oh, Sharice, how are you feeling? All should be balanced. Great spirit willing. As master of ceremony, I rise to my feet and take 3 deep breaths before I proceed to speak. Exhale first to the zenith, ground and the sun. Next ancestors who left or have yet to come. Each person has a specific vocation and mission to carry out. Is better with imagination and vision. Everyone's task is unique and shan't be replaced. They may copy property, yet spirit can't be traced. Footprints washed away, imprint can't be erased. Image may be tarnished, but aura can't be defaced. I'm just like you, like we back in the day again. Time and distance separated us, but we stayed friends. Our mistakes and poor decisions, we made amends. You took trips from the shot to VA when I was caged in. That's a whole bunch of driving visits with ritual. Kept me with a visual, effect was residual. Our words reciprocal, visible in the physical. From the annals of she steps up from the biblical. Who show finds a wife, finds a good thing. One who sure to feed you bread, wine, and would bring a crown to your head. Prepare the heavens with you and could sing songs to a heavy heart. She happens to be my hood fling. You are my first love, although you are my second wife. Things happen for a reason, no second guessing life. I'm still learning though, that's why I question life. And in the same breath I walk in purpose, destined life. Born with the gift, yet you the reason why I bless the mic. With the gods where I kill Allah and his best on test night. Slightly digress, right? That's an impediment. My praise of the great matriarch is the rarest. Cherish the day, it's the night you embellish. I stand corrected, bold dynamics we relish. Your hair's a true blue stone, your complexion is reddish. You are the sight of new life as this dark old world perish. Carnal realm we stay in, madness and mayhem. Just wanted to add on to your fresh start this AM. Together we radiate divine light as they spray chems. Continue to shine bright, no intention is what we pay them. So make it your business to be wise, be stimulating, be excited, share new ideas. And when you face it, despicable realities of others, it's fictional. Daughter of the great mother, don't ever be predictable. No matter how much things seem inexplicable, I'm not going nowhere, I'ma always be here with you. You're just beginning, do you know? No one's ever been limits to potential. No matter how clever, they may try to control climate. You design weather, the weight of the feather. You are the sublime measure, structural, inherent, and coherence in music, the house of Heru and its acoustics. You're the cause of why when I see water, I see skies. No coincidence that Sharice is she rise. Crazy how I phrase these words so subtly. The annals of she, yours truly, Tuttle she. We must return to what we always are, to the knowledge that we are divine children in a divine one verse, playing a divine game of love for the divine beloved, as love, in love, and for love. Thus, the tender words we say to each other are stored in the sacred soul of the cosmos. One day, like rain, they will fall and spread, and our story will grow green over the world. Akichiwa. Watch time and space rock the great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, ways the heart as I son Raymond or her mate the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge born is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, ways the heart as I son Raymond or her mate the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge born is when the rhyme and bass drop. I rose up, took a shower, purified my auric field, took copper for a wall to ensure my chlorophyll is pumping. Done some curls for sure, I've more to build. Solid foundation, my crown chakra core and hill. Pound the pavement, sacred ground, freedom I stand for. Free all political prisoners of war, man or woman and child. Rid the land of all foreign and alien entities. I decree this morning, send them back to whence they came. Is the peace laugh or war cry, whatever the relevant name of each path. Simple, highest form, spiritualities, how you teach math. off a humble beach and still a beast. Now feel the beach raft, rain fire upon them, and the internet forms, sigils, emojis, and the avatars that wore them. Destroy this de facto government and its quorums. Establish Big Ma house so she may restore him. A great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark. Ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes. Marks once we make knowledge born is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark. Ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes. Marks once we make knowledge born is when rhyme and bass drop. The next host, note to self, quit playing, hit the gas. This shaft is called my turn, take the risk and spaz. Most of them got vaccinated with chips in their ass, plus rappers sacrificing each other for grits of their cash. Sad shit, watch videos without the subliminals. Predictive programming weirdos from minstrel shows. The land's contaminated, fruits and vegetables, like minerals, the water and skies are fried. Liquid chemicals, technology got me here in front of my desktop, perusing these beats and whatnot for my best option, contemplating which bar will next pop to unlock the minds that are stuck within a Xbox off the chart. I continue to climb, watching the rest flop like carp fishing, 100% fresh salt water. I'm on the front line, X marks the spot. I shine because of her, for she's the best part. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark. Ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes. Marks once we make knowledge born is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark. Ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes. Marks once we make knowledge born is when the rhyme and bass drops. And I got so much more to say. I want peace. It seems that war is coming. I want you feast, yet I can't seem to stomach. I want increase, but in this dream things plummet. So I summon from within. Angels and demons like Dan Brown. If you angling and scheming, stand down. It's arranged scenes, been scripted, planned out, strange. We understand now how they ran the damn town. Came on land, handed out books, scriptural to literal. But if you question it, they got rid of you. Democrat, Republic, conservative, liberal. Who's ever tune you, same party you attend is political. It's clear, they rather have you vote the clear way. Controls the confusion, using a cavalier sway. Conspiracy theories get them for fear's sake. Most what they call history's merely hearsay. You offer salat or pray to them we'll pray. Since a lot of y'all woke, then let's hope this year make the year for a clear break. Angels language, devil's dialogue, anguish used to keep us languid within the tankage. Aim is to ensure we remain in language, brainless with no heart, cowards framed in anguish. This pain is tameless. I've earned the right to set ablaze the day and burn the night. I'm not an L-bait or day, nor bright burn, but I burn bright. Yearn to fight the lion, done learn to write. What you feed the mind determines the appetite. Vibrate at my highest interference to the satellite. Like I've been little my whole life. Had to fight, got foreigners and aliens in my battle site. I'm more Anasazi than Nazarite. Most you bloggers are babblers and acolytes. A lot of y'all act alike. Society's in an uproar. Our people still bickering amongst each other as if the world isn't listening. Division is the tradition. I'm using supreme mathematics, subtraction and addition. Thing between Ukraine and Russia, some are still enlisted. It's fictitious corporations, armed forces, and its mission. Not problem solving, but multiplying. Issues in a cult-like fashion. People in bulk dying instead of us unifying. You rather talk slick through an iPhone screen. Disrespectful with the comments with our own memes. Mentality, reality, you cry, moan, scream. Personalities of a Mach 5 drone or clone beam. Wait till y'all out with this next cyclone bring. The Queen Mother's throne king. I'm more enlightened now that I've dropped you. This might shock you, then again it might not. Yet I opt to. You move like how a cop do. I will think outside the box you to stop you. What's a savage to the sacred? You like average, basic. Need more than your tablet and apps to come back with this creative. Deflate the hatred. I give love. If it's not reciprocated, no love lost. Straight my natural state is, and I'm not yet in my prime, y'all. This rhyme's called Angel's Language, Devil's Dialogue. You hit a firewall, the final call. It's your time to fall, my lighter. Blind them all. Let's not I be single with no further ado. I bring to you, live and direct, myself, tired that son, Kingo, doing my thing too. So, just know, I remember everything. And I'm coming for anything they owe. For sure. I teach you up. All praises to the Most High. All praises to the great matriarch. Honor and respect to our ancestors. Jah, you've always had a father, the author of your flow. For your fire starter, the cause of your glow. But the trail I've blazed, I pray you turn from it. The hell I've raised, I pray you don't burn from it. The work I put in, I pray that you earn from it. The mistakes I've made, I pray that you learn from it. You my splitting image, little darker, little taller. I'm a shot caller, though you just a little baller. Latif, I'm still teaching you like yang. My healing reaching you despite me lock and chain. Black, you speaking true, you ignite lots of pain. I feel the releasing of lightning and drops of rain from the sound cloud. You sound like me, the crown's proud. But unlike me, son, you haven't turned down louder. Smoke screen which surrounds you, shrouds your style. My shout allow your genius to astound the crowd. You my beloved, you scintillate profusely. You my beloved, you resent fate foolishly. You my beloved, do ventilate truthfully. You my beloved son, and who I'm well pleased. Okay, shall it? Your vision is resplendent, my descendant when filming your intuition extends the lenses help when your cinematographic flashes of your scripted class get your inner magic, dramatic action mixed with vivid aspects, mastered surpasses the average glass, stretches the facet through the scope of life's Kodak. You see classic.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? You see the thumb? You see the topic? That's a very old bagel shop I used to like to visit. And you know, I have two uncles who are Jewish. Well, they wouldn't call themselves Jewish, and they could pass for light skin, like not really Arab, black. Well, you know, you crayon color people, but they're the ones who informed me a lot of history when I went and found them. My family's ignorant. They don't want to know this, that, and the other. So I've made it my business to do all kind of footwork. So some people ask the question, how you know about your Jewish uncles? Well, like I said, when you want to know something, you do the best you can. Just like my children. The fact that I kept trying to get back to them and the mama kept hiding them, and my brother's sociopath, that sick ass woman who wanted me to help her find Reg when he was out there doing his 1 year cheat for big booty thing. You know, I found my children, but I wasn't sure if they were where they were because most of the people I had looking, I got a pretty strong network. It felt like you just wait until they get old enough and they'll find you. And because I had family members who played a role, as many of you do. Now, do I have hate? No, not at all. Their ignorance is their ignorance. There's nothing I can do about it. But when it came to my two Jewish uncles in Red Hook, I used to visit and he'd be like, get me some bagels from there. And I would go there and get the bagels. They were in the 70s. So I met this rabbi. I'm not going to say his name. He was 79, probably 80 years old, 2007. So you can imagine if he lived that long, yeah. And we didn't stand inside and talk. We stood outside and talked. And because of how I look with clean face and everything, people pretty much assumed that I was Jewish too. belongs, and some were questionable because there was a particular thing with dark melanated Arab Jews. Because well, I told you, there's many who are converts. Long day of Zud hating. Anyway, we'll get into that. So this so-called rabbi, I think he was attempting to atone for some things, but because he had heard stories about my travels and the fact that I would visit synagogues, I have all the I have all the stuff. I have all that, and I do. Because in order to see something on a part side of your family that you need to know, you need to involve yourself and delve into it. So I did. I looked at the Black Hebrew movement. I went to a lot of non-denominational churches, especially when I was doing the vegan thing again to lose all that weight from as a guardian angel patrolling the streets, blah, blah, blah. 270 something friggin' pounds. I never forget the day he walked up to me. I was like, who in the hell is it? But it wasn't hard to tell who I was. I was 5'10", looked like a juggernaut, no neck, just standing there like I want to eat every damn bagel in the shop, because bagels and cream cheese is my thing, especially with some chives or garlic, and everything bagel too. So I used to eat like 5 of them and then take 5 of them with me. This old little short guy walked up to me. The locks, the hafta, everything, Hey, you the guy they call it? Hey, that's me. How you doing, Rabbi? I just knew he was a rabbi. You can always tell. And he says, hey, I'd like to talk to you. We're talking. That conversation will go on for 7 hours. A couple slices of pizza, a couple of beers. The old critter had a lot of chutzpah. Anyway, he confided, and he wanted to know all about my travels, and I had no issue with telling him. Because you got to remember, I was dealing with a lot of pain, a lot of stress, a lot of everything. And for me to be able to tell some of the stories was like my immaculate conception. And I remember when I was expressing to him about me and my brother, half Sicilian, from Chicago, with the guy with the eyes that closed like this and like this, and he just did his face like this, and he looked down, he looked up, and he just did that. And there's reasons why. He performed a lot of things. He was part of things I can guarantee you, he never wanted to be by. And I think talking with me was to make some kind of absolution. And I remember one of the key things he told me in this conversation was, you watch over your children. You be mindful and protect them. There's things here. And he was looking around like, oh, who's listening? Who would take them and do some very hideous things? I said, no, my children, fine. I says, I would hate for the original terrorist organization to have to deal with me in compensation. And he knew right off the bat what I meant. But he had let me know, do you eat McDonald's, Burger King? I says, no, I don't eat McDuff or Burger King. He says, good. Do you eat White Castle? I says, just the name alone, I do not mess with it. Excellent. He says, what about chicken? He says, I like chicken. 79 years old, he might have been 80, he might have been older, but 79, you can see it. I says, I eat chicken and turkey, and every once in a while I have a little beef. I like my Mexican, my tacos, and I even like my chorizo. Pork. Chorizo. And he says, oh, I've had that before. So he says, but as far as the fast food, he made it his business to tell me, do not eat it, especially the taters, any of the French fries. I felt a little upset because I remember James, when we used to be driving and I'd be playing DMX. Stop, drop, shut him down, open up shop. He'd be in the back of the car and he'd be like, Pa, da, French fries. And I would always get McDonald's French fries. I didn't know better. Because at the time, McDonald was lying. So I conveyed that, I convened and conveyed that to him. And he says, hey, well, he didn't eat it all the time. I says, no. He says, good. He let me know about a lot of things. He conveyed in the fact that, yes, this is our ancestral land. That's why I don't debate and argue with knuckleheads. He even admitted that he wasn't even sure of his original history. You know, you do things and you get selected for things and you're groomed and conditioned. But he was a person that was very big in research. And as a child, as a young one, he was very aware of his parents and what they said about the old world and how they destroyed it to put themselves in a place, and how they made war against the original inhabitants. So that's why I don't debate with people. I don't argue and all that. I say what I got to say. If they're offended, I don't really care. I was the first one talking about Cabbage Patch Kids and orphans before any of y'all. Hell, before any of y'all, some of y'all were born. When Garbage Pail Kids and the Cabbage Patch Babies were going around in high school, I remember in middle school drawing pictures, not of the dolls, but of some of the pictures I pulled of those on orphan trains, because I love trains, HO, Z-scale, blah, blah, blah. And many of the books of the old world had these things. I remember talking about, and we're speaking with him, the Indian training schools. Yeah, everybody went to those. We had to learn your ways. You know, he solidified. And some other ones did too. Exactly what my uncle stated. My travels, what people knew. The fact that you got these little monkeys over here claiming to be us, and yet you got all the museums around the world that has us, the proprietors and the heirs of this land. And the fact that there were light-skinned people right beside us. There were of us. And then you go right back to this world where you have foreigners and you see they never say nothing to you, but they look at you. And then they look at how do your brothers and sisters who betray you. And these so-called Africans, you got Africans born here now who are speaking, thanking us for their position. But you still have these sellout, worthless, low-vibrating Goombas who probably should be locked up, but they're getting paid to keep further betray you. So this rabbi says, because I asked him, I says, is rabbi a made-up thing? This is before I read Arthur Kessler's book. He says, yeah, we created a lot of our stuff. And we have many, many converts. You know, he says, we have many, many converts. I'm going to keep doing his accent. We have many converts. This is the majority of converts. And they taught the racism, they created it. That's why I did the research. And when I learned who created the Ku Klux Klan and the Aryan Front out of Boston and New York, I had to put it out there because he informed me. He let me know more than enough. That's why I keep saying, stop arguing and debating with these individuals. Then you got these same knuckleheads that go in the military based on this conditioning, and they go into the police force, and they're taught, you need to go and look at a lot of the heads of the police departments. You really need to do the breakdown and know who they are to put these false procedures that have nothing to do with the circumventing of this stupidity with these mindless and apt individuals. Y'all capable of the same damage, and if not, 1,000 times more. Who do you think made our women believe they can raise children by themselves without a man? How can a woman who can't choose a good man, keep a man in her house, raise a young man, keep selecting the worst man and sleeping with him, how can she raise a man when she don't even know how to get a good man? And the genes passed on is by a broken man. Who would convince them of this narcissistic behavior? The funny thing, I was going to talk about this, and our brother Big Jerry shared a video. I've already seen all the Charleston Whites. I was like, I don't need to see that. I've been saying this before that man came on the scene. I remember my wife cheated on me. Like, I want that raggedy mug in my children's life. You women are broken. And when you're broken, you don't do damage fixing. You do more damage. And then you solidify it by acting like a Karen, as if you're the victim, when you're the victimizer. And I'm not saying that to be hard, because there's an irrational and rational reason behind everything. Not all women that do it come from a broken family, but history being a lie that it is, creates the first step to brokenness, because there's no harmony in a lie. Whether big or little, as you saw in the old thumbnail, a lie is a lie. This rabbi conveyed everything, and I have no problem calling him a rabbi, because at that moment, he was rabbinical. He was doing a moral, sound, and a righteous thing. He wasn't hiding, because he says, many of our rabbis, as I was, we hid behind this mask when we were up to many no good things. He did a lot of he did a lot of bad, man. Over in Palestine, he was so happy to get to America. The things he had to do. Now, there were very poignant discussions of what he did, very descriptive. I'm not going to do that here. I was looking at this man like, is he about to stab me in my throat or something? I'm being serious, y'all. I was looking at him like, is he going to stab me out of nowhere? His old mug, and he looked like, and he had that air about him like, it was dark. Something that I was well versed, but yet because of something else, I didn't accept who I was, so it was an internal fight. I could see a beacon of hope in him. Do you know what it's like to have a old light-skinned man with a big scraggly beard? Like he could have some pretty nice dreads with locks, with his hair in a ponytail. I said, well, you might have been a foodie like once. Anyway, right? He had a little receding headline, the foreheadism, but he had a ponytail. So his job, I think, was pretty much done. And he was sorrowful. Well, he has misguided many of the so-called converts and light skins and all the other people. And he mentioned how he was borderline an outcast from that Jewish society. He says, are you aware that if y'all had a voice and brought your people together, you can do everything we're doing and 1,000 times more? But the problem is, this government, he didn't say, wait, I was going to say your government, but he didn't say my government. He says, this government and the policing to which we graft is to keep you subjugated without you knowing. We have y'all all spread out. As the lady in Scotland, 90-year-old Masonic woman, said the same thing. Was she Jewish? I don't know. Those are identities, man, created by them. They call themselves whatever they want. And yet you don't know that self-identity, who you choose to be, is literally for us, but our people are too stupid because they're misled by the fake church, the industry of music and deceptive TV and everything else, and those fake-ass police stations with those fake goujars making these people go out there and create more animosity and hate because of their ignorance and their arrogance of it, thinking that they control this land, and they're a minority. So y'all are all in your little places, city and suburbs, still holding on to a fictional stance. You're self-hating. I'm not offering what I've offered and ganja. And no, I'm not offering to you. Y'all stay where you at. If that's where you are where you at and you're still struggling to get your change together, stay your behind right there. It's not about an if, it's a when. And don't come running, hey, no, stay right where you at. You thought I was going to speak on this? You think the story's done? Man, this is about 7 hours of communique. I can never sit here and put all it out by this rabbi. Now, I won't say his name. I want him to have peace in his slumber and he be able to go back to the source and not be dragged back into this delusion for the next round. Whatever it may be, or if it may. So any of you Native Americans looking on, shut up. You either accept your big brothers and sisters, or you stay in that disdain and that ugly damn place you exist in. Because see, y'all be doing a lot of rah, 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 blah, 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 blah. And you ain't got a pot to piss in nor a window to throw it out because we're tired of you using our commodes we created. Go wipe your ass with your hand and pee in the damn red clay that is weak. Every time I ask them, well, what did you create? You know about your ancestors know about the cities, even Tartaria. Nah, not that whitewash, light-skinned narrative. The Republic. Man, don't say nothing. They just want to skip blah, blah, blah. It tells me it's a bot or whatever. Or somebody who is a mindless dweeb. And they don't want to rise above their occasion. And we don't equip ourselves to make it strong. We don't have to make it plausible in order to deny it. You just state your case and say, whatever. Let them be right wherever they are. Well, listen to me. Don't argue. Right now on TikTok, I'm messing with some woman's head. I said, oh, we got another one of them fake bookers to come over here and they just want to report anything to say while they're talking crazy. I says, if y'all feel some kind of way, so what am I doing? I'm renting space because she keeps going on. And I'm sitting here just laughing. I'm looking at her. And I went to a page. I had to look at her. I saw she put a real face up. Oh, my goodness. We got a real light-skinned one here. Oh, we got one that thinks she's one. Oh, no. I wanted to ask her, do you have any Negroes in your family? Majority of them do. Even our Native American brothers and sisters. Y'all really don't know history. But that's what they are committed to, saying that 2% or 6% of Nigerian or whatever West African bloodline, which they don't even know the history of West Africa. It didn't really exist until we made it. But to each his own. In that direction, fake West, just like this is the fake West. But I don't sit there and debate and argue with people who don't have a debate, but all they are is emotion based on the chemical lobotomy and dementia that they exist in. That rabbi convened. And that was kind of a sound thing for me. So I moved a little different based on our conversation of 7 hours. Oh, I've got plenty. And I've been sharing some. Y'all just haven't been paying attention. And then my uncles made sure I was very aware of this. And I think they put him to the task. My uncles are darker than me. Oh, they're Jewish, though. Oh, no, well, they were Jewish. Okay? I'm not saying whether they're still alive or not, because that's none of your business. But they were Jewish, like from Europe. But see, I knew the real history, and I knew those who went and conquered and what they did. That's why I said it was important when I picked up Arthur Koestler's, based on what the rabbi told me, to pick up Arthur Koestler's book and to read it to y'all. To read and follow and study William Cooper until his demise. Okay? Manny P. Hall, to listen to him, in the bookstore in New York, down by Avenue Americas, Barnes and Nobles. I would sit up there because they had the little top up there with the tea and coffee, espresso, and it was big. If y'all know what I'm talking about, Avenue of Americas and, First Street. I would be in there, and I'd be listening to Manny P. Hall for hours, in and out. Nikola Tesla's readings, and more than you can even imagine. That was after the nude yoga and Apex school. You know what I'm saying? Air conditioned refrigeration, yeah, and all that other crap, which that bored me because the math was so frugal and fractured. I just wanted to learn about the R12, R20, how to pressurize, how to do and read the gauges and all that, and working on cars, which I love, and all that stuff. Krav Maga on the rooftop, So it was always Barnes and Noble was the place to go and have some green tea, and 2 or 3. Well, I was like that, and listen to Manny P. Hall. But he was one out of quite a few. It seemed like they always came. I don't know who was telling them to come to me. I don't know why. I don't care. Have y'all had that happen? Where people come and confide in certain information. Have your grandma, your great-grandma, your great-great-uncles. Huh? To have people in the world that just come across your line and you connect and you communicate and conversate. Have y'all had it? Without ego stroking. And then to say, oh, you're one of a kind. And I'm like, well, yeah, so are you. Everybody is. No, no, no. And then when we have these conversations, and I'm not going to sit here and give it all to y'all. That's just stupid. I'm an in-person type of person. I'm not a person, but you know what I mean, right? An individual. You're not persons either. Remember that. You're not people. Remove that from your diatribe. And he was a lawyer or an esquire, whatever you want to call him. I call him a jackboot. And he was like, hey, are you a citizen? I was like, no. Oh, very good. But you got people in this world that dumb. He says, they don't know that. I says, no, I'm wild and free. He said, good. Maybe because of my Jewish uncles, or maybe because I knew my ancestors' heritage on my mommy and my pappy's side. He would also convey that when I was telling him the Kaiser, what's a name, surname that was here on this land? Just like Klein. But not Schaus, that came from over there. Like I told you, my great-great-grandpa, Henry Lucifer Schaus. Great man. Great, great man. But like I said, he confided in me and confided in me respectfully to be upright. And I wasn't always upright. I like to get everything in. I'm a party on, smoke a little herbage, and which is not a problem. You know, working with Mary Jane models, busting the heads with the guardian angel. Always the quiet one. Going to the movies by myself and just watching like movies all day, you know. Always downtown. Always in the Black Horse comic stores and all the model places where I can get all tons of plastic models and talk with people in the train stations, the mini trains and the HO scale race cars and flying my RC plane I built, you know what I'm saying? I like the balsa wood planes with the props for the kids, getting the EDC and building the little jet ones and trying to make my own little, you know, alcohol fueled afterburners, burning them up at the big park. Yeah. He was amazed at everything that I had been involved in and what I partook in. And he was like, so you've done all that? Because I share with him. He says, what's your interest in your hobbies? I said, I like to design and invent things. I like to draw architecture. I like to build models and play with trains. I like to build things that fly. He said, well, I like to swim. I was a lifeguard, blah, 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 blah. I can fly a plane, a Cessna. Hey! I like the trombone and the clarinet and the drums. And he said, I had a 4-string guitar, bass. I don't play it no more. I probably rusted and rust itself. And he was like, hey, babe, how you do all of that? And I was like, I don't know. It's just been afforded it. He said, anything else? Well, you know, I volunteer with the SPCA out there in Washington Square Park. And in Florida, I was with the ASPCA. And he was like, the ASPCA and the SPO reverse. And that was right before I went to the Institute of Culinary Arts on 14th Street. And he's like, God, in the Baker School, you know, bro. And he was like, where you find all? And then that's when he realized, I have so much to tell you. And I think he knew his time was short or whatever. I don't know. I wasn't there for that. And he pointed out buildings, he pointed out certain things, and we walked around the block, and he introduced me to some good Jewish people. And whenever I would see them going to see him, if he wasn't out there, they would come up and they'd nod their head. They wouldn't say nothing. They would put their hand right here, and this is in greeting in Yiddish. And he's not around today. And I appreciate it. Would you like a bagel, some tea? Because they're, you know, no. And I go on about my way. I moved in obscurity, and I learned a lot of things about our cities, the fact of what's on top of what. When I told them about how we talked about Tartary, that's when they said, yeah, my ancestors came here and destroyed all that. And I said, no, there's still some around. Yeah, it's incorporated. He knew everything. But he knew who we were. I'm tired of these Negroes running around talking about we the true Hebrews. Oh, so we're a language? Man, what's the language? That language hasn't been spoken in. Is it hidden in what I'm speaking right now? I'm not here to say nothing about the Hebrew language because everybody's running around. They're Aramaic, fake worlds that didn't exist, blah, blah, blah. That's what you got to do. You shouldn't worry and obsess yourself about something that is not no more, but that always exists. And don't go dressing up like the Jetsons or something. Buck Rogers in the 21st century. That's just goofy. And then you see him with the Star Rem fan that has nothing to do with David and this, that, and what David really was. And just don't even get into it. Remove yourself from the dynamic. Now, there's nothing wrong with reading the Tanakh. I'm talking about the Tanakh, the Tanakh, the Tanakh. There's nothing wrong with reading it. Just like the Apocrypha. Get the original one. Don't get the ones that I got are just like new editions. They manipulated and changed things. But if you're going to live upright, live in the light, no matter what. Why am I always saying you have choices? You got choices, you know. It's like, yeah, I'm going to get drunk after we done here. And I got this big booty girl on the avenue, used to be a prostitute. She likes coming by, and I'm knocking them boots. And she, hey! He was really, I messed with him a lot, y'all. And he loved me like a father, like for real, for real. And I had the utmost respect for him, like the 90, 87, 85-year-old Masonic people in Emerald, Scotland, my chief, my first class, who was scared of me after he saw what I did to the guy in Miramar, Top Gun. When I was out there, I was plane captain to get the pilot, situate the cab and everything, work with the PR, make sure the locks bottle. I was the ordnance guy, make sure whatever squibs and whatever had to be loaded. We all worked as a team. I even was collateral duty inspector, even for the power plants, hydraulic, airframes, AEAT, blah, blah, blah. We were one-man team for each shops to make sure one jet F-18 flew at its best for Mr. Smith, 1981 pole vaulter. I was a boxing hopeful who made sure I was out there. Even when that little light-skinned woman got chewed up in the F-14 Tomcat like hamburger beef. See, that is the world I come from. I love sharing these stories. And I have so many. And some like you and your ignorance and arrogance might say, well, where's the story? Well, obviously you haven't been listening. You didn't hear nothing because you have this obstruction in your head called the brain that's not functioning, not even at par. And you don't even have the gut instinct to correct yourself to make the correlation for respect and responsiveness, to respond in appropriateness, because everything's always coming out your backside, but functioning out your front. That's why every word you spew, there's no harmony or colorization, but funk. You want me to say that again? Oh, somebody donated. I wanted to say appreciate you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, I'm not as quick as I used to be, too. I'm kind of slow. Oh, I found some Star Wars stuff. Eugene Washington. Appreciate the donation, beloved. Appreciate it. So I felt it was important to come on and share a little bit of that. No, I'm going to take my time telling our story, me and Mr. Rabbi. He was like 5'5" or something. He was 5'6". I don't want to be too on point. He was a short, had his hunch. He'd look up with them little spectacles. I was like, what you wearing earthy kit glasses for? You know, he says, I can still see you, but when I'm reading, I don't like the glasses with the two, I was like, oh, it made sense. I didn't even think about that. So I wasn't too smart or intelligent. I just had to ask a question. It's not about being dumb. And he would have that big old, and he would look up at me. Come on. And we'd walk to his favorite seat at this little like mini park thing. If any of y'all know the bagel shop I'm talking about, all right. I've known some good people. And they were insightful, even though I was hard-headed, still rebelling, still hard and in pain, mean, just quiet, exuding hate, wanting some get back, but no focus. Thank goodness. There's still so much more to learn. Just like right now, there's so much to learn. Right? So I hope that was good for you. It's always been good for me. Appreciate y'all taking the time to come on and listen. It's a small world. And yet here we are. We had so many opportunities to all cross paths. And yet we have crossed each other's paths. And there's so many more. It's not about an if, it's a when. Okay? I know you're like, why he ain't salute us? It's not a salute. This is a reminder of the women and who and what you're supposed to be doing. That's what that is. This is a reminder. No more, no less. I've explained it before. Delusions, Jay, what's going on? T. I just enjoyed this exact thing with my ex. When you date someone, look at the family dynamic. If the father's not there, proceed with caution. And ask questions. Ask the hard questions, because if they can't handle it, it's not the one you want to be with. And if they lie, you should be able to read it. Now that you have a little more insight, knowing, okay? All right, turn about it. You already know, Sidney. Appreciate y'all taking the time. It was not to be offensive, but we got to stop the lunacy. And it's up to them to make a choice. And sometimes you don't have to entertain the lunacy. I'm about to make some tacos. I got some real meat from the rest. I'm not trying to eat a lot of meat. I ain't say I'm quitting it. But I got some real meat from the rest. And I don't and not mRNA, not No. Now, I didn't get to put this one to sleep, and I told them, I hope y'all didn't bring this one in pain. I looked at it real good. It wasn't dark. It was very light. They said, no. We used your ways. And they was asleep, and I was like, good, dreaming. I was like, you better have, because I'll know when I eat it. No, they're very, these are some good Navajo brothers of mine. I love them. You hear me? And I've adopted them as they have adopted me into the Navajo Nation, other than the bastards who choose to be ignorant. And they have a choice. And if they were sitting right here, because sometimes one of them will come by and be like, yo, Red, and that's the cousin of the brother that committed suicide. He was so tired of them. And his nephew, who's half us, he always swings through and blaze a little bit, and be like, yo, let me get that game, bro. And I'm like, all right, it's time to go. And they don't say nothing. They, we're out, chick. All right, Pop. I mean, y'all will meet them one day. Usually when I say, hey, look, I got guys coming through, we're going to be out training, they kind of stay clear. Yeah, they see you. Everybody's watching. Okay? Anyway, appreciate you guys. Shut it down. I will be back to read, but it's going to be one reading today. All right? No swearing, no none of that. No need to be all ugly. I don't have to draw y'all in. I believe we got the numbers and they're still growing. I appreciate the new subscribers. Do I have a Patreon? Of course, but nobody's gone over there. So I can't really do the things I need. You need a certain number for those who don't know how Patreon works. And over there, I'll really be going ham and throwing some stuff and things under the bus and dragging people across the street and everything. But we'll entertain the platform here. We'll stay within the guidelines. I'll manage and monitor myself and be mindful. Even at grind my gears. I have a lot of stories to tell, but I can't tell everything in one sitting. It's impossible. Anyway, anything's possible. No. All right? Unless y'all can do a Vulcan mind meld and get all up in my head and everything, and then just transfer the stuff. I know Kung Fu. Neo, download Kung Fu. Come on, let's see. Hey, the berry boy, what's going on, beloved? Snoop, why y'all coming on late, man? I'm about to get up off of here. It's at 49:50 minutes. Anyway, go back and watch from the beginning. If there's an ad, watch the ad through and through, you guys. I know a lot of you. I see who's watching the ads, and I can see there's 3 people, and all you. That means that all you're not watching the ads, and that sucks. I appreciate you for being so lovingly hateful. Watch the ads. Okay. Again, my baby girl walked all up here late. No, she's busy. Anyway, see y'all here in about 4:35, 4:35, 4:30, something like that. All right, and we'll get our read on. If you don't start